Hey everybody, my name's Ian and welcome to From Beginner to Band. And today on how to get started on guitar, we're looking at how to get started on soloing. And I was jamming along there to a track by Elevated Jam Tracks, which was the soulful chill groove E minor backing track. So I really enjoyed playing along to that. Now, what I was doing there, I wanted to show you in that intro how you can play on one string. And also I wanted to show you on one string the difference in scales that you could use. And by the way, I was playing in the key of E minor, okay? So the first scale that you could use, the first scale that I used and the simplest scale to use was the E Minor Pentatonic Scale. So that is E, G, A, B, D, and E. And that's open, 3rd fret, 5th fret, 7th fret, 10th fret, and 12th fret. The pentatonic scale is used in classical music, blues music, rock music, jazz music, folk music. So it's universal. It's a brilliant scale to use. It's a 5-note scale, and it's a minor scale because it's got E to G, which creates a minor third. When we look at our E minor chord, we've got a G in the chord, not a G sharp. If it was a G sharp, G sharp would have an E major scale, but we've got an E minor, we've got a G in our scale which fits with a G minor chord, so that's why it's a minor scale. That's the first scale I used. Now, why play up and down one string? Well, the brilliant thing about playing up and down one string is that you can do things like slides, I can do a hammer-on, I can do hammer-ons, I can do pull-offs, I could do a bend. It's quite difficult on the acoustic guitar. Or you can just about get away with it if you bend hard enough. This is a gauge 12 string, so it's quite difficult to bend. So that's the beauty of playing up and down one string. So give it a go. If you're used to playing your scales in a box shape and you've learned them like that and you're kind of struggling for ideas, why not play up and down one string? And you can link it to those shapes that you know, and you can go then up one string and connect the two things together. So if you're a guitar player and you want to learn more about scale shapes, ideally you'll be able to play up and down one string and also play in position and link the two together. But little by little you'll get there, so keep working at it. So the next scale I played, which is very common, is called the blues scale. And all we do is add what's called the flattened fifth to the pentatonic scale. So now I've got E, G, A sharp or B flat, B, D, and E. Now this creates this fantastic bluesy sound. So over an E chord, I've got those sorts of phrases. I can actually slide in and out of the blues note, which sounds really good. Could you slide back into the blues note? I just did it. I've not done that before, but that could be a phrase that you could use. So that was the pentatonic scale and the blues scale. So you can experiment with those two scales. The next one I used was the natural minor scale. Now, the natural minor scale just adds what's called the major second, which is the F sharp, and it also adds what's called the flattened sixths, which is the C note. So now we've got E, F sharp, G, A, B, C, D, and E. And the flattened sixth, also known as a minor sixth. So, and this creates a lovely melodic sounding scale. If we carry on, we've got E, F sharp, G, I can go to A. If you've got an electric guitar, you might be able to get up a bit higher, a bit more easily. But I want to show on the acoustic, just to show you it can be done. You can even play on a classical guitar, doesn't matter what guitar you've got at all. Okay, so this is the natural minor scale, and this creates a nice melodic. So you've got a little bit more emotion there in the note. You can create a little bit more of a story there with your solo. So over the minor chord, That sounds lovely. Here, that's very dissonant. So that means that could be a very, very sad note that you could use there in connection with the blues. You can create your own melody there. Okay, so they're the three scales, the three main scales that you use. Also, I wanted to show you the chromatic scale, which means you play every note. So the E chromatic scale would be E, F, F sharp G, G sharp A sharp B, C, C sharp D, D sharp E. Okay, now in itself, the chromatic scale isn't very melodic. But we can create melody by using rhythm. Have you heard that before? That's actually the circus theme. I don't know what it's called properly, but if you play the chromatic scale to that rhythm, you get... So we've created a melody there, a very sort of well-known melody from the chromatic scale. So we've actually created melody by using rhythm. So that's a very important idea to have when you're doing solos. So when you do try and form a first solo, think rhythmically and not notes. So if we put the track back on, I'll demonstrate a few rhythms. So think rhythmically. We could play. Just pick any part of the scale and play the same rhythm. You can play the blues scale to that rhythm. How to get out of it there, so. Or chromatic scale. Now let's try the natural minor scale with that rhythm. So there I created another rhythm, okay? So that's the way to start soloing and build up your solos using rhythm. So thanks very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video on your first guide to soloing and what scales that you could use. Please comment down below on any aspect of this tutorial if you'd like to see more about any of those scales. One thing I'd like to mention is you could then learn the scale on the second string. And you've got two strings. And two possibilities there for soloing. You can even put two notes together. Okay? So there's another possibility for you to add another string. And bit by bit, string by string, you'll get to learn all the scale shapes all over the neck. Okay? So, so that aside, please comment and like and subscribe below. Please hit the notification for new videos coming out. And please click on the link below, which will take you through to the From Beginner to Band homepage, where you can subscribe to my email list and I will notify you of any new videos coming out and more great tips and tricks on how to progress on your guitar playing journey. So I hope this series has been useful for you on how to get started on guitar, and I'll see you in the next one.